What happens to unsold vehicles? This is something that drives me crazy. I see it almost every month. You've got this, almost it is spam of thousands of vehicles unsold and they know where you are. This intelligent advertising is sneaky. They know your location, so they go tens of thousands or thousands of unsold vehicles in North Carolina, Quebec, Florida. I've been in Florida. I'm visiting Florida, and they're trying to sell me these unsold vehicles in Florida. I'm like, I can't even buy a vehicle here. Come on. So it's really frustrating when you're an insider in the business, because there aren't thousands of unsold vehicles. There aren't tens of thousands of unsold vehicles sitting away on a lot. They like to often say tens of thousands of vehicles, unsold vehicles, rotting on lots. So save, and they try to give you the idea that you're going to almost get these vehicles for free.
I guess people
if you click on them.
People were just how can I say that? They always see empty lots, so now they're like, oh, it's not normal. But it was like that before.
But this unsold, I've been doing this, I've seen this for almost a decade, these different advertisements saying thousands of unsold vehicles, so click here, and it's just complete garbage. What actually happens to unsold vehicles? Well, some vehicles will never be unsold because the demand is really high for them. The Bronco, the Ford Maverick, Kia Telluride. Heck, what are some other really popular models on the market? Basically anything electric or hybrid from Kia, Hyundai. Teslas right now are starting to build up a little more, which they traditionally didn't. But vehicles don't go unsold. They stay on dealer lots until they're sold. There's no lot containing, several thousand vehicles from different manufacturers. So there's none of these mega lots with 20, 30,000 vehicles, 4,000 or 5,000 from each manufacturer just sitting around waiting to be, bought by someone who comes along and offers half the original price. What does happen to less popular models? So let's say right now a Ford Edge is relatively popular, but you might actually come across a new 2022. My dealership has one. It has a $4,000 rebate, and that's Ford's final rebate. So what's going to happen to that vehicle? Well, if it's still there in 6 months when we're into 2024, then the dealership's going to strip all potential revenue, which in reality there's no profit left because of the interest they've paid on this vehicle. All the revenue, so if there's, let's say, $3,000 of revenue on this highly equipped Edge, it's going to go in towards paying the profit on the vehicle if they sell it right now. So right now with the $4,000 rebate, they'll break even. But let's say in 6 months they drop it, they take out all their revenue and they take off another $3,000. Well, yeah, it could end up being $7,000 less than the window sticker. However, with $7,000 less on the window sticker, buying a 2022 and 2024, what's the true depreciation to that vehicle? And if you have to pay interest on it, because Ford won't finance it anymore. So if you actually finance it, it's going to end up being more expensive than a new 2024 come January or February. So the dealership might actually have their system saying that they're losing $2,000 of revenue if that vehicle is available in January. But even if there's $9,000 off on that vehicle, on that $49,000 Edge come 2024, what happens if you drive it off the lot? You're going to lose a lot of money if you were to resell it right away. So it is a great deal if you pay cash and if you plan on keeping it for 9-10 years or more. If you like to trade every 2 years, you've put yourself in a bad position, because let's do the math. You're going to save $7,000 to $9,000 on the window sticker, but it's as soon as you drive it off the lot, it's 2 years old. It's a new vehicle, so you're going to get full warranty. If you buy it in February 2024, your 2022 vehicle, whether it's a Toyota, a Honda, a Chevy, a GM, a Dodge, a Ram, a Chrysler, a Jeep, Toyota, BMW, Audi, Mercedes, some Fiat crap. No matter what brand you get, if you buy a 2-year-old vehicle and it's new and it's never been declared sold, if it's never been pinned with the manufacturer, your warranty is going to start the day you drive away. So if it's a luxury brand, you're going to have 4 years bumper to bumper. If it's pretty much everything else, you're mostly going to get 3 years or 60,000 kilometers, or 3 years and whatever that is in miles, 40,000 or 50,000 at 40,000 miles. So you're going to have your original warranty start when you drive away with the vehicle, but it's not a good deal for anyone that likes to trade every year or two, because in driving off the lot, it's going to lose $20,000 in value. So if you get a $7,000, maybe $9,000 rebate, it's a bad deal for anyone who likes to trade every year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It's probably going to start being reasonable if you like to keep your vehicles 7 years. And if you like to keep your vehicles, let's say 10 years or more, you got a fantastic deal. Because let's look at it. A 10-year-old vehicle, whether a vehicle is 10 years old or 12 years old, what's the difference on its trade? Not much. But you'll have saved, maybe $1,000 between a 10 and 12-year-old vehicle, maybe $2,000, but originally you saved $7,000 to $9,000. So what happens to unsold vehicles? No, they don't end up getting collected on a lot. No, they don't end up getting sold for half as much, or as some YouTube channels have suggested with the name tech in them. One scam artist, zero proper educated research done channel. There's a lot of them on YouTube. There's also some media sources that are just spreading out crap. But we saw $80,000, and then I made a show and complained about it, and they changed it to not 80% in rebates coming up. Wait to buy 80% in rebates coming up, and then they switched it, I think, to like 50. But that's never going to happen. We're not going to get 80% in rebates. We're not going to get 50% in rebates, even if vehicles sit on lots for 2 years. That's what happens to unsold vehicles. They sit on lots until the dealer decides to sometimes lose a lot of money,
just to let it go.
Just to stop paying interest on the vehicle, to let it go.
Yeah, before COVID, it was like that. I remember at Toyota, we said, okay, in the inventory, this one is too old, this one. So major concours for the sellers. Okay, who can sell that car? We want to get rid of it. So yeah, it was like that before, and now YouTube, some YouTube channel treat the fact that we saw cars on the lot like it's the end of the world. They cannot sell cars.
Such good, really good points you're making.
But
Continue.
it was like that before. It was
Sing
normal.
it, sister. You're making some really good points. Take it home. Don't stop.
I'm not your sister, by the way.